Hello, today we're going to talk about the EE vowel team. EE, when side by side together, make a single sound, the long E like B. As we go through today's activities, it may be helpful for you to have a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil so that you can do the activities with me. Throughout the video, there will be numerous places where you can choose to pause, to come back at a later time, or on a completely different day. If you'd rather do the whole thing with me in one sitting, that's fine too. Let's go ahead and get our brain warmed up listening to some sounds. If a word has a long E like B, give me a thumbs up. If it does not say E like B, give me a thumbs down. The first word is feet. Feet has the sounds E, T. It has the long E like B, so it's a thumbs up. What about heed? Heed says E like B, thumbs up. What about head? That's a thumbs down. Head says eh. That is not E like B. What about peck? That's another thumbs down. Peck says eh, not E like B. What about peak? Peak says E like B. That's a thumbs up. What about deep? Deep says E like B. That's a thumbs up. What about flea? Flea says E like B. That's a thumbs up. What about beef? Beef says E like B. That's another thumbs up. What about best? That's a thumbs down. Best says eh. Eh is not E like B. What about greed? Greed says E like B. That's a thumbs up. Now that we've gotten our brains warmed up thinking about that long E sound, we're going to go ahead and use it to spell some words. Remember, in these words, when we hear E like B, we're going to use the EE vowel team. Two vowels side by side that make a single sound. Let me show you how this works. Let's say I have the word weed. I stretch the sounds. W, E, D. It follows our pattern because it has the long E sound, so I'm going to use the EE vowel team to spell it. W is spelled with a W. E is spelled with the EE vowel team. D is spelled with a D. Weed. Now compare that to this next word, wed. Wed also has three sounds, w, e, d. But this one does not have the long E sound like B. So I've color-coded it pink to let you know that it does not follow our pattern. It begins the same way with w. Then the is spelled with a single E, the short E sound, and it's followed by a D. Notice how they're spelled very similarly, but in weed, it has the long E sound, so it's spelled with the EE vowel team. In wed, it has the short E sound, so it only has one E. Let's do one together. The word is tree. What is the word? Tree. Let's go ahead and stretch the sounds. T, E. Three sounds. Does it follow our pattern? Yep, it says E like B, so we're going to use the EE vowel team. What was the first sound? T. How do you spell it? T. What's the next sound? How do you spell it? R. And then how do we spell that long E like B? Yep, the EE vowel team. Nice job. Let's do another one. The word is week, like it has been a week since I've seen my best friend on Zoom. Week. What are the sounds? W, E, K. Three sounds, so we're going to use three boxes. Does it follow our pattern? Yes, it has the long E sound, so we're going to use the EE vowel team. Let's stretch the sounds one more time in week. W, E, K. What was the first sound? W. How do you spell it? W. What's the next sound? E. It's E like B, so we're going to spell it EE vowel team. Last sound was K. How do you spell it? K. Nice job. W-E-E-K for a week, like 7 days' time. These next three I'm going to have you do on your own. This would be a great time to get your pencil and your paper out so that you have time to actually stretch the sounds and then write the sounds down with the spelling patterns that you know. The first word is free. Like it did not cost money, it was free. Stretch the sounds. Does it have the long E sound? Spell the sounds that you hear. Free. Let's check how you did. Free has 3 sounds. F, E. It follows our pattern because it has the long E sound like B. The first sound was F, spelled with an F. The next sound was R, spelled with an R. The last sound was E. That follows our long E pattern, so we're going to use the EE vowel team. Free. Our next word is sheep. What's the word? Sheep. Go ahead, stretch the sounds. Listen to see if it has the long E sound like B, and then spell it. Sheep. Let's check your spelling. Sheep has 3 sounds. Sh, E, P. It follows our pattern because it has the long E sound like B. Sheep is spelled sh, sh, e, ee vowel team, p, p. Nice job. The last word we're going to do is sweet. Stretch the sounds and listen. Does it have the long E sound like B? Sweet. Sweet. Let's see how you did. Sweet has 4 sounds. S, w, e, t. It follows our pattern because it has the long E sound, which will be spelled with the EE vowel team. It's spelled s, w, w, e, ee vowel team, t, t. Nice job. We can use these sounds and patterns to also help us to read words. Let me show you how to do it in this first example. The first thing I want to do is to look for letters that are working together to make a single sound. We know that EE is a vowel team, 2 letters working together to make a single sound, so we're going to put that in one box. I also notice that this word has the digraph TH. The only other part of this word is the single consonant R. Using the boxes helps me to see that there are 3 sounds in this word. Th, E. I can blend it together to read 3. Let's do this next one together. Do you notice any letters that are working together to make a single sound? Yes, you probably noticed the EE vowel team that makes the long E sound like B. Are there any other sounds in this word? Yep, the B has its own sound. There's 2 sounds in this word. Help me to blend them together. B, E, B. Awesome job. Let's look at the next one. Whoops, sorry about that. Do you notice any letters that are working together to make a single sound? Yep, this word also has the EE vowel team, 2 letters working together to make a single sound. What else does it have? It has the consonant N and the consonant D. How many sounds are in this word? There's 3. Let's blend them together. N, E, D. Need. Awesome job. I want you to do that same thing with these 3 words on your own. This would be another great time to use your pencil and paper so that you can actually write down the words and use the sound boxes to help you to read them. You may need to pause the video so you have enough time to copy down the words and to draw the sound boxes. When you're ready to begin and check your work, you can hit the play button. Go ahead and pause now. Welcome back. Let's see what you noticed in these words. In this first word over here, were there any letters that were working together to make a single sound? There was a couple of them, weren't there? The EE vowel team makes a single sound, and the SH digraph makes a single sound. What's left? There's also the consonant P. How many sounds did you have in this word? I see 3. Blend the sounds with me. Sh, E, P. Sheep. Nice job. The next word has a very similar pattern. It has the EE vowel team, And it also has a digraph, but this time it's the CH digraph. There's a final consonant at the end, so there's 3 sounds in this word as well. When we blend them together, we hear ch, e, k, cheek. The next word is a little bit different. It has the EE vowel team, but it doesn't start with any initial digraphs. It just has the consonant L at the beginning. So this word only has 2 sounds. It's capitalized to let you know it's someone's name. Altogether, when you blend it together, you get L, E, Lee. Nice job! Your brain has been working hard listening to the sound E and using that sound to both spell and write words. If you would like to take a break, now would be a great time. You can either come back later, or you could even do it on a different day. If you want to keep working with me, you can go ahead with the video. The next activity we're going to do is going to help us to continue to work on reading and writing words, but this time we are not going to use the sound boxes to help us. We have to use our eyes to skim through words in order to look for our EE vowel team pattern. So here I notice the EE vowel team pattern that says E, but here I do not. There's only one E. This says E, this says E, but this does not. It says eh because it's the closed syllable type. This says E, this says E, this says E. Now that we've looked for our patterns, I want you to take a second and practice reading these words. You may need to pause the video so you have enough time to practice each word. When you're ready to read them with me, go ahead and hit play. You can pause the video now. Welcome back. Did you have enough time to practice all the words? Let's go ahead and read them together, paying close attention to when you have the EE vowel team and when you do not. Ready? Begin. Free, fret, lee, queen, bet, beat, sheep, sweet. These two sound very different, and it's all just because of that EE vowel team or not. This one says b, eat, beat. This one says b, et, bet. So it's really important to pay attention to if a word has the 2 E's side by side or not. Let's read them one more time. Free, fret, lee, queen, bet, beat, sheep, sweet. Nice reading. I also want us to practice writing some words without using our sound boxes. You can still stretch the sounds, but then you need to spell the word based on the patterns and the sounds that you hear. This would be another great time to use that pencil and paper if you grabbed it. The first word is week. I had to wait a week before I could eat the cookies. Week. Stretch the sounds and write it. Week. Let's check how you did. Week has the sounds w, e, k. It says E like B, so I'm going to use the EE vowel team. It's spelled w, W, E, E, k. Okay. Notice we use that EE vowel team to make the long E sound. Good job. Our next word is 3. Carefully stretch each of those sounds and listen. Does it say E like B? 3. 3. Let's check how you did. 3 has the sounds E. It says E like B, so I'm going to use the EE vowel team. 3 is spelled TH, E, EE vowel team. Now listen carefully to this next word. Pay attention to if it says E like B. The word is wed. To wed is to marry, so wed. Does wed say E like B? Wed. Wed does not say E like B. We will not use the EE vowel team for this word. Wed has three sounds, W, E, D. It's spelled W, W, E, short E sound, D, D. Notice we do not use the EE vowel team because it does not say E like B. Let's do another one. The word is weed. Notice how this one sounds different. Weed. Stretch the sounds and spell the sounds that you hear. Weed. Does weed say E like B? Weed. Let's check how you did. Weed has three sounds. It does say E like B. This is how you spell it. W, W, E. Long E sound, so we're going to use the EE vowel team. D, D. Notice the difference in spelling when it says we or if it says we. The last word we're going to do is tree. Stretch the sounds and listen. Does tree say E like B? Tree. Tree. Let's check how you spelled it. Tree has three sounds. T, T, R, E. It has the long E sound like B, so we're going to use the EE vowel team. Tree. Nice job! Now you've been able to both read and spell the words using the E sound without the use of the sound boxes. If you want to take a break, here would be another great time to do so. You could come back later or on another day. If you want to stay with me, the next thing we're going to do is read a story. I'm glad you're here to read the story. The story we're going to read today is The Bee and the Flea. Notice both of them say E, but flea is spelled with a different pattern, the EA vowel team. We're not going to talk about that EA vowel team today. Just know that when you see it, it's probably going to say the long E sound like the EE vowel team. Before I read, the first thing I do is I listen and look carefully for our vowel team pattern. I notice there's several places where it has the EE vowel team. When there's an EE vowel team, remember it's going to say E like B. Read in your head while I read aloud. Ready? In a field near the sea, there lived a wee bee. She lived near a wee lean flea. Bee, the bee, lived in a hole in a tree, near the beach where a breeze came from the east. Lots of places that said E like B. Go ahead and read it with me this time. Ready? Begin. In a field near the sea, there lived a wee bee. She lived near a wee lean flea. Bee, the bee, lived in a hole in a tree near the beach where a breeze came from the east. Good reading. Let's read this page together as well. Continue to look for that EE vowel team, and whenever you see that EE vowel team, remember it's going to say E like B. Ready? Together, begin. For 3 days a week, Lee, the wee flea, lived on a sheep. The sheep lived in the weeds. The sheep ate leaves from the weeds. Nice reading. This is our last page we'll read together. Look for the EE. Ready? Begin. Lee was not like other fleas. He liked to eat sweet nectar from roses. Awesome reading. I'm going to go ahead and have you finish reading the story on your own. You may need to pause the video so you have enough time to read all the words on a page. When you're ready to move to the next page, go ahead and hit play, and then it'll move to the next page shortly. Be careful, look closely for where you see that EE vowel team. Remember, EE next to each other makes the long E sound like B. You can go ahead and begin reading now.